And so I worked in one of the largest issues that faced the state of New Hampshire in recent history with a congressional delegation in Maine and New Hampshire to keep the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard open. And Bob, I know you remember,
yes.
because we've talked about that on your show many times. That was a vital issue, not only for our nation's defense, but it was a vital issue for New Hampshire. There were 5,000 jobs in the seacoast of Maine and New Hampshire at stake. And you know what? We rolled up our sleeves. And there were Democrats involved in this effort, and there were Republicans involved in this effort. And as the delegation with the two governors from Maine and New Hampshire and the congressional delegation, we worked and made a terrific case to the BRAC Commission.
You went down to Boston and
yeah,
you
and it was that testimony that convinced the BRAC Commission that not only was it going to hurt Maine and New Hampshire, which everybody knew, but that it was, and this is what was effective in making the case, it was going to hurt our nation's defenses. We would not be able to maintain a viable submarine fleet if we didn't have the capacity to repair and maintain those submarines. Instead of having 55 subs, which is about what we have today, we'd probably be in the 40 sub range in the future if Portsmouth were to close. And so the argument we made was that we don't know what the future threats to our nation are. The Chinese military was growing. They were trying to project power into the Pacific. And so we warned that if we, at some point in time in the future, had to respond to that, we might have locked ourselves into a much smaller submarine fleet that might not meet the needs of our Navy in the future if we had not had the capacity to repair those subs. That capacity was Portsmouth and the fine work that all the people at the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard do.
They also come in on budget and on time.
And I say that as an example because that's the kind of thing that any member of Congress has to do as part of their job. You have to roll up your sleeves. You have to be able to work with people to be able to get the job done. And I think that we did that, Democrats and Republicans working together, and that's what helped us keep that shipyard open.